collab tour of British YouTubers that's happening at the moment, but I do want to make a video with Tyler. Hi from Mexico. Hi, Annie O from Mexico. It rhymed. Can you do a gaming video? I did a gaming video about a year and a half ago called Dan and Phil Play Sonic 4. Normally he's the most famous French YouTuber, so I heard. Yes. Come to Ireland, said Jesse. I've been to Ireland. I was there about a month ago. Missed out, man. Kelsey says, what is this website and what am I doing here? It is pretty effing confusing when you come here for the first time, isn't it? It's like, okay, so a YouTuber says they're doing a live show. I'm going to come to this website. And then you come here and it's just like, what the hell do all these buttons do? Basically, all you have to do, if you have no idea what the hell's happening, is if you've not come here before, you just log in with Facebook in the top right-hand corner and press skippity skip, 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 and then press the Become a Fan button in the bottom right-hand corner down there, and that's it. And then you just click stuff. Yeah, you take creepy photos of me when I'm trying to ask people questions. That's basically it. I think so. Would you ever come to Scotland, said Emma. I went to Scotland about 7 months ago, so you missed out there. Emily H says, World War Z, question mark. Yeah, I went to see that earlier. No spoilers. Although, speaking of spoilers, I'm so done with film trailers. Seriously, I've been to the cinema like 5 times in the last 2 months, and they keep showing really, really long trailers for every film. So it's like, I was pretty sure I saw most of Man of Steel before I saw it, and with World War Z, I was like, when's the thing in the plane gonna happen? Because I saw it in the trailer. So I want them to stop showing 3-minute trailers in the films, because there's that new film called Now You See Me with Jesse Eisenberg and others and Morgan Freeman about magicians, and it looks really cool, but then they show the entire film in the trailer. So I'm like, don't do that. I wanted to go see and the bloody Simon Pegg film, World's End. I would have gone and seen that anyway, and now I know all this crap that's going to happen in it. The worst, guys. What did you think of World War Z? It could have been better because of the whole ending thing that happened. I'd say if you're thinking of going to see Man of Steel or World War Z, go see Man of Steel. I won't spoil it all for you. I'll let you form your own opinions. One Direction are making a film. Haven't they already got a 3D film? I thought that happened. Will you watch Walking Dead Season 4? Of course! Why didn't What's-His-Face not die at the end of Season 3? I mean, seriously, I thought he was the antagonist of the entire season. Do you ever play Mario Kart on the Wii online? Yes. Well, I used to, like 8 years ago when it came out. Are you going to go see Carrie in Les Mis? Yes, I will. So, you have my undivided attention. I think you're all here by now, and I'm staring at the chat. So what would you like to talk about? Here we are. Type into the chat, because that's what I'm reading. Are you looking forward to the new skins? I am, actually. I'm really glad they're not doing an entire... Well, I'm not really glad, but I think it's good that they're not doing an entire new season, but they're just doing like 3 good episodes. Because, you know, skins from the start was like a... so I think it's good that they're picking 3 good characters. Les Mis ruined my life. Let's talk about nothing, said Jenny. That's why you're not a writer, Jenny. It's not good to talk about nothing. What's on the wall behind you? It's a Muse poster. Have you played that Ni no Kuni game? Yes, for like 8 hours, but now I want to play Last of Us instead. What is your Hogwarts house? I did Pottermore, and at the end, they gave me a choice between Gryffindor and Slytherin, because I must have gotten like 50-50 for the answers in the quiz, which I thought was the most stupid thing ever. So they literally did a Harry Potter with me, and I was like, oh, I guess I have to pick Gryffindor then. Did anyone actually, like, go on Pottermore after the sorting thing? Because I felt like I was just really slowly going through the stories of the books via a Flash website. So I was like, okay, I've been sorted. Now this is boring. So there we go. Seems like everybody hasn't actually done anything on Pottermore. My computer kept crashing. It's like Tumblr, isn't it? I tweeted that earlier. It's like, me and Phil spent loads of money on the iMac we have, so it could be all fancy for editing. So, like, rendering videos doesn't take ages. And I swear to God, even though it can play games really good and it can edit videos really quickly, 3 GIFs in one window, the computer explodes. It just complete shutdown. You know what? You know when a Mac gets stuck and it just goes and then goes bonk, like stop. It's the computer saying, "Can you not?" It's like, just clam down. It's too much for me right now. It did the noise. It's like, well, calm down, Mac. Okay, it didn't need to do that. It bonked at me just for having 4 GIFs open. I mean, seriously, what are they made of? What are GIFs made of? Talk about Doctor Who. Interested to see new Doctor. What do you think of The Fault in Our Stars? Let's not spoil. Heart-wrenching, and I think it will make a good film if it's made well. Bonk. Yeah, that is the noise, isn't it? Have you met PewDiePie? No, he's like the only YouTuber I haven't met, pretty much, but I'm guessing he'll be at VidCon, so I guess I'll get to meet him there. Probably won't know who I am, which will be quite funny. Oh, that was the other thing. When I met Norman, the biggest French YouTuber of all time, before I even said my name, he just looked at me and said, you look like Anthony from Smosh. And I was just like, that's my entire life. Because sometimes I think, is it just like a couple people on the internet? Is this something people even think? But literally, guy I'd never met before, first thing he says to me is, you look like Anthony from Smosh. And I was like, great, that's cool. Yeah. When is VidCon? It's August the 1st and 3rd and thing, I think. Yeah. What do you think of the female Doctor Who rumours? That would be cool. Make a Death Note parody. I don't know. Smosh made a Death Note parody. They can have that. I want your shirt. Thanks. It's quite funky, isn't it? It's like a sunset. Are you going to Reading Festival this year? I'm working at Reading Festival this year, which sounds cool, but after working a big weekend, it turns out that working at festivals, it's cool to go backstage, but then you don't actually get to watch anyone perform, so it kind of sucks. Have you ever met Anthony, says Paula G. Yeah, I've become like friends with him now, which is weird. Do, 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 boom, 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 boom. Have you seen After Ever After? No. Are you wearing sweats right now? No, I'm wearing shorts. Check me out, all summery in the sorts. Do you ever Google yourself? No, I'm far too terrified of what I might find if I do that. So Can you drive? Yes, but I don't have a car because I live in London and I get the tube everywhere. Where'd you get your Tetris lights from? I don't know. I forgot. It's like 10 years ago. Let's see your shorts. That's just creepy, Lydia. Is there really a way I can show you my shorts without being creepy? Oh God, guys. There was last Sunday on the radio show. If you don't know, I have a radio show with my friend Phil. We do this thing called Dan versus Phil, where we do challenges, and someone that works on our show suggested that we do a sleeping bag caterpillar race, and it was like literally the most degrading experience of my entire life. And yeah, Tumblr exploded into what was possibly the funniest thing that's happened in quite a while. If you just, I don't know, if you go onto Tumblr and, well, if you just ask someone to send you the picture of Dan screaming, looking like a caterpillar, it's the most horrific photo that's ever been taken. Seriously, I was just crawling along the floor and then I saw this guy leaning in front of me with a camera, and then a giant flash happened, and I was like, oh God, please don't put that on the internet. And that was the photo that went on the internet, so that was great, and that's going to be on the internet forever now. So that's just marvelous. Do you know Wheezy Waiter? I think I met Wheezy Waiter. I don't think he knew who I was, though. Again. Come to Dubai. That's specifically random. That's cool. Oh no, I had the worst thing ever. Speaking of my what not to do videos, going back to what not to do on public transport. Seriously, guys, I was on the tube earlier, which is England slang for the subway in London, and I sat down, and you know how pretty much on every bus or subway there's a crazy guy that's singing out loud to himself, or just having a conversation out loud, but not looking like he's crazy, but he is just talking to himself out loud, so he's definitely really crazy. I sat next to one of those guys who was being silent until I sat next to him and the doors closed, and then on the other side there was a really sweaty businessman, and I was like, okay, this is the worst day of my life. I'm in between a smelly guy and a crazy person who's probably going to stab me. And then both of them started sneezing like crazy people. It turns out the guy to my right was all sweaty, not because he was really hot, but because he had like the freaking fever of death and was like dying at that exact moment, and he was like going, and I was like, oh, this is the worst day of my life. And then the crazy guy just starts sneezing without covering his mouth, just full on going right next to me. I wanted to cry. I literally wanted to cry because it was full, and then it started filling up with people standing in front of the seats, so there was nowhere to get up. I felt trapped. So yeah, if I get some kind of super virus in the next week, then that's why I died, basically, because of the crazy guy on the thing. So yeah, that was fun and the worst thing ever. I'm just here and confused. Don't be confused, Tony. Just sit and press random buttons and see what happens. Can you make a video all about the Beatles? That's a specific request, isn't it? Why is your voice so northern now? I'm just slowly bastardizing myself. I don't know why. Or should I say, I'm slowly bastardizing myself. And yesterday I went to France. Not France. God me. Trying to lose my Winnie the Poohness. It was an accident, and now it's... Well, it was... sorry, I'm just laughing at a few things in the chat. Oh dear. Ugh, it's always... I swear to God, whenever I go on a plane somewhere, the only things that I end up watching on the films are ones where plane explosions happen. Like, seriously, who decides to put Final Destination as a movie you can watch on the plane with a horrific aeroplane explosion on it? I ended up... the thing that I watched last time I went on a long journey was this Liam Neeson movie about him getting lost in the wilderness with loads of wolves. And it starts with a really traumatic plane crash. And I'm not afraid of flying, but I swear to God, they only put horrific plane explosion videos. You think they wouldn't do that? You know what I mean? Snakes on a plane. I think snakes on a plane is a bit silly, though. It's not exactly realistic. Imagine if they played Lost. Are we talking about the Grey? We are. Indeed. Everyone's asking what the hell bastardizing means. Okay, I'm going to open a tab and look up what bastardizing means so I get the official definition for you. Because I don't like saying things. It is to corrupt or debase something, such as a language or an art form. So I am corrupting or debasing my own language by choosing to pronounce things northern and then not wanting to do it, but then just doing it all the time accidentally now. So yeah, if you really want to watch a movie with Liam Neeson being intense, The Grey, it's a good film. He wrestles wolves, literally, and there's no irony at all. It's quite fantastic. It's a real man film, you know, Liam Neeson versus the wilderness. Say Capri-Sun, or is it Capri-Sun? There we go, person that asked me to say Capri-Sun. I hope that changed your life. Are you a first class kind of guy? I wish. If I ever get sent somewhere by a company, like when me and Phil went to Comedy Week, we were sent there by Google. So obviously, because Google have like infinite money, they paid for us to go business class. And I swear to God, it's just horrific having to do anything else because I'm so tall. Everyone's saying Capri-Sun now. It's pronounced Capri-Sun, guys. Because I'm so tall, flying is just like hell. It's just hell on earth. So after Google once paid for me to go in business class, I just cry every time I get on a plane now because I'm like, I'm a peasant and I'm in lots of like horrible pain for the next 10 hours trying to sleep. Sat up. It's horrible. Oh wow, there's a war going on in the comments. Is it Capri-Sun or is it Capri-Sun? 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 I swear, are you just trolling me, guys? I guess the world is a pretty diverse place. And the pronunciation of Capri-Sun is as diverse as the world itself. Nikki D.